Welcome back to Let's Not Sugarcoat It. Season 3 is here and we're excited to dive into the core of communication, relationships, and leadership.
We're your hosts, Bella and Lee, a husband and wife duo with a successful business helping couples and organizations get it together to play a bigger game and elevate their relationships and performance.
We believe in keeping it real, so each week we'll bring you incredible guests, entrepreneurs sharing their authentic experiences, along with episodes featuring just the two of us tackling the tough topics.
So, if you're ready to enhance your connections and sharpen your leadership skills, you're in the right place. Let's get started. What about intermittent fasting? So it sounds like we're talking about fasting where you're going a period of time, like 24 or 48 hours or longer without any food, where intermittent fasting is more about like calorie control, where you're really looking at a certain time frame of the day where you're taking in your calories, but outside of that, you're not eating. So does intermittent fasting have the same effects as the type of fasting you're talking about?
Yes, very similar. Intermittent fasting is absolutely great for weight control. That's a big thing for that because obviously, it's not really sustainable to just constantly be fasting and not eating for 30, 60, however many days, of extremity that can really happen. So intermittent fasting is a great way to maintain your weight or to lose weight and really focus on portions. And one of the things that's really great about intermittent fasting is that we're designed to do it. We were never designed to go into this big box behind me and just get whatever, whenever. We weren't. We are not built to go to or have DoorDash sent to us 24/7.
So a smaller window. And then there's all these people online saying, no, women are not getting enough protein. You need to eat all these eggs and cottage cheese in the morning. And then lunch, you need extra chicken and more eggs. And then, so many different messaging. It's so confusing. And I do believe in the fasting and I do believe in that piece that our bodies need to regenerate. And I did some research as well on, how the body, when it's starved, it attacks those dying cells or those foreign cells. So when you have something within your body, like a sickness, does start, you start healing because there's nothing to grab onto, right? Yeah. So, like the protein, like what you're saying makes total sense, is having access to so much stuff is not natural for us. Right? No. So what are your opinions of the whole protein for women at 40?
Okay. So first of all, protein in general, it's a big push. It's a big, big, big push by the industry. It's a big campaign. And yes, we absolutely need protein. Women over 40 absolutely need more protein. We absolutely need it. However, the big push for it, it's like no one's out here building pyramids. We've got like this ultra sedentary lifestyle, unless you're really getting to it, and a lot of people aren't. And that's what kind of brainwashes people. I just posted something on LinkedIn the other day. An acquaintance posted an op-ed in the LA Times about how protein is being put and like coffee creamer. It's just completely out of control. Hey, we're going to put protein in Starburst candy. What? It's no, you still need to get your protein from very clean sources, whether you're vegan or not. It's very important, obviously, but it's being blown out of proportion. And that should not be some sort of determining factor on whether or not you fast. That has nothing to do with it. Now, here's the big thing with fasting and protein, which is really important, is that specifically when you're going through water fasting, it's important to make sure your refeeding is really good protein. Really good protein. You really need to do that. There's a company, not affiliated with them, but they're called Perfect Amino. And that's a great way to get your protein when you're fasting, especially if you're going to work out in the morning and you really want that, without the calories. That's what's great about Perfect Amino. Because the thing is, it's like, it's not about protein, it's about the aminos. And what's interesting is that, like the vegan argument for protein, it's like, okay, the biggest animals in the animal kingdom just eat greens, right? And the cow eats greens. So you're getting a secondary source of protein, which is absolutely true. But it was interesting because I understood the concept at like a experiential level when I was living in Mexico. And I lived partly outside. So I would make these smoothies, and we had a neighbor that had a fresh spirulina pond. It was amazing. And so I get fresh spirulina, and I was like putting it all up, just going, when you get a lot of stuff, you just go crazy with it. Just ridiculous.
And then you just build on. And before it becomes this fad or trend, it becomes your lifestyle. Because literally, when we talk about diets, a lot of people think, the general consensus, a diet is like, okay, well, I'm going on a diet because I have to lose weight. So I'm going to go on this diet for 3 months, lose the weight, and then I'm going to go back to the way I was. But your diet is your diet for life, what you put in your body. So it has to be a lifestyle. It can't be just, oh, I'm going to do this healthy thing for X amount just to lose the weight. Because guess what? If that habit breaks, you're going to go back. And then maybe worse. A lot of people, when they do those types of things, they'll lose the weight and then they'll gain it back and then some. So
Yeah.
it has to be, like you said before, has to fit you, your lifestyle. You have to listen to your body, what works, what doesn't. Look at your schedule, write it out. This is what my week looks like. This is what my day looks like. Is this, can I go to the gym in the morning? Can I stretch in the morning, or do I have time in the evening? Do I have kids? Do they have sports? Not everybody, like past 4:30 for me, is a no-go for the gym, especially in the wintertime, because it's so bloody dark. By 7 o'clock, I want to be in bed, right? So you have to also adjust during the seasons, during your cycle, because we are on a moon cycle. So we have monthly. Men are different. They're on a 24-hour cycle. They can go 24/7. But because we are built differently, we can't. So I can't do what he does. He gets up at 5 in the morning. I used to get up, but it wasn't working for me to go to the gym. It's too early. If I have a bad sleep, I'd rather sleep a little bit longer and then join him in the gym as he's finishing. And then also my workouts, he's working out hour 20. I'm not going to do that. It doesn't work for me. I love intense stacking the weights and cardio at once. So, my workouts are 30 minutes, 40 minutes, sometimes 15. Sometimes I just want to go in there and I'm just going to stretch my hips, right? But you have to listen to your body. And you have to listen to that intuition, because you are in control.
Absolutely.
You are in control of your life, your body, your diet, your health, and nobody else can do it for you. So you have to get serious about it. Can't just sit on the sidelines and go, oh, I wish. Wishing is, wishy-washy.
Wishing is tricky, and it's interesting because a lot of times we try to assign a change based on a future result. So when I get this job, I'll do this. When I get this relationship, I'll do this. Like, work and relationships are the two biggest points of contention, inspiration for most humans. So, when I move to this city, I'll be a different person. Yeah, for like 90 days. And then like we are who we are. And so I think the biggest thing for people is not to think that when this one outside factor for them changes, that that's going to change them. And that's one of the biggest things I learned moving out of the country and having to live in a place that English wasn't really spoken, and thinking, oh, wow, if I live near the beach every day, I'm going to do this. I'm going to swim every day. Sometimes it'd be like 10 days. I look outside. No, not really. You think, oh, if I go to New York, I'm going to do this for a while. And that's the same thing that happens in January when people make these big goals, which are great. But then by February, it's like fall off February because everyone has fallen off. So everyone needs to be more realistic with themselves. Like, keep it real.
We hope you enjoyed today's episode and gained valuable insights to elevate your life and business.
If you found value in our conversation, spread the love. Share this episode with family and friends, and let's grow this supportive community together.
And don't forget to like and follow us so we can reach more amazing people just like you.
Until next time, remember, let's not sugarcoat it. Keep it real, raw, and unfiltered.